Specifically here in South Florida, we are in a lot deeper than that. The number of cases keeps going up and the positivity rate remains high.
There's also some confusion about what some businesses can and cannot do. In Miami-Dade, for example, there are changes to the changes that were supposed to take effect tomorrow.
CBS 4's Carly Barnett has that part of the story. She is live in Miami to sort it out for us. Carly.
Elliot, Lauren, that's a good way to put it. The changes to the changes amid these rising cases. Miami-Dade restaurant owners say they feel like they've been unfairly singled out and slapped with restrictions no longer allowing that indoor dining. So a group of about 50 of them wrote a letter to city and county leaders asking that they be allowed to stay open just as long as they're following all of the rules. Miami-Dade restaurant owners are preparing to have to close their indoor dining areas again after an emergency mandate from Mayor Carlos Gimenez.
We're trying to find out where the decision was made. Where are the facts that state that restaurants are the ones that have had the increase?
Owner of Giordano Salads, Odie Lugo, says there's been a lot of confusion.
There's some employees that we called back due to the PPP and left unemployment. And now if the sales are not here, what are we going to do? Lay them off again? And then bring them back? They're not going to want to come back.
There have been mixed messages the last 24 hours from Mayor Gimenez. After initially demanding Monday all restaurants close except for takeout, the mayor decided later that outdoor seating would be allowed, but with no more than 4 people at a table and low music to prevent shouting.
Nobody's saying that it's the restaurant's fault. It's the nature of the business that makes it very risky now because you have to take your mask off indoors.
But Lugo and others say the move isn't much help. She and about 50 other owners wrote a letter to officials, including Mayor Gimenez, with some requests, including scientific proof that restaurants are the source of the spike in COVID cases, a county-wide long-term plan to address the recent spike and what happens if there's a future one, as well as a panel of restaurant owners to help with decisions on restrictions, openings, and services. It was a small victory, though, for gyms no longer having to close as initially ordered.
Mask on all the time, we'll take it, and it's now 10 feet away from each other. We'll take that as well. Just, it still limits us more and more and more. I guess hopefully in a couple of weeks, there's not a second part to this.
But these other restaurant owners say without better direction and financial support, they're not sure how much longer they can keep serving.
Without some kind of help in the restaurant industry, there will be no more independent restaurants. We will all close if this continues.
Well, as it stands right now, that indoor dining mandate for restaurants goes into effect Thursday. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but they at least have one more day. And as far as how long this goes on, Mayor Carlos Gimenez said in a press conference earlier that it would be until we reach a 5% positivity rate. Later on Twitter, he corrected himself, saying that he meant to say 10%. And where we stand right now is about 22%. For now, live in Coral Gables, Carly Barnett, CBS 4 News.